We're back. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I have lipstick right there and got it. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother. We're back, you guys. Celebrity Big Brother Season 3. The cast reveal has dropped. I'm so excited. We are going to break down the cast tonight. I'm going to tell you my first reactions. Remember, the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen is a funny, sassy, shady show about Big Brother, okay? So if you like jokes, you like kidding around, you like to have a good time, you're in the right place. If you take it way too seriously and you get offended easily, you might want to log off, okay? Because we just like to have fun. We have fun with the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. I'm so excited to see you all here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do not forget to smash that like. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Let's set a goal to get to 200 likes this live. I think we can do it. If you want to support the channel, liking the video, fantastic way to do it. You can also send a super chat during the live. I'll highlight it here for you all to see. Otherwise, you can support me. Right now I have one membership on YouTube, and I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Joleen Lunzer. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm seeing people that I haven't seen in a while because some of you only watch me for Big Brother, and I appreciate you so much. And some of you stick around all year, okay? And subs to Couch Potato Queens. Shout out to Josh at Couch Potato Queens. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I was so excited because the cast list dropped for Celebrity Big Brother. We had all been speculating. I think this year Celebrity Big Brother dropped the ball, and not probably in the way you might think. I think they dropped the ball, okay? First super chat of the night. Thank you so much, Kylan. Pierre, love you, Joleen. Love you right back, Kylan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I think they dropped the ball because we could have had a lot more fun pre-gaming this season. I love speculating who's going to be on the cast, especially when it is an all-star season or a celebrity season. And I feel like they really dropped the ball. Julie Chen, you know, she gave us some clues, and then within an hour, they released the cast. And so I was already guessing, you know, I guessed Shanna Moakler. Okay. And weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the algorithm of my brain and life, but I was watching old episodes of Meet the Barkers because I'm now watching episodes of the Kardashians because I'm a sick person. And so I watched the last season of the Kardashians. I just binged it. And now Travis Barker, Shanna Moakler's ex-husband, is engaged to Kourtney Kardashian. This is the stuff that stays in my brain longer than long division. So I was kind of watching old episodes of Meet the Barkers on YouTube that someone had uploaded. And when they said she was probably the girl at the rock show, I was like, oh, that's Shanna Moakler because she was a Miss USA. And I fell in love with the girl at the rock show. That's Blink-182. So I was so excited to do a live to kind of, you know, guess. And then Julie Chen's like, okay, time's up. And I'm like, Julie, we didn't even get time to sharpen our pencils. If this was a quiz, this was the poppiest quiz that ever was. Okay. So let's just, we didn't get Tiffany Pollard. Let's talk about that. Okay. We did not get Tiffany Pollard. A lot of speculation going around that some people say she didn't get enough money. Other people say she refused to get vaccinated. I don't know, but we didn't get her, guys. And that's okay. We're all going to live. I'm actually really excited with this cast choice. I'm not as bored as I thought I would be. And I know a lot of people are disappointed, but it's Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, someone tweeted something. They were like, did you think we were going to get Leonardo DiCaprio? It's not going to happen. Okay. We got some really decent choices. Okay. And decent is all you can expect in Celebrity Big Brother. And my favorite thing about Celebrity Big Brother is you see people you might not have seen in a while. Some people that are coming back into relevancy, some people that have some mistakes to atone for, or they have some drama in the past. So I am actually really excited. Okay. So Steven says Tiffany confirmed she was vaxxed 3 months ago. So I think they just didn't pay her what she's worth then. And that is really too bad. Okay. But I will say that this cast, I'm not sorry. I'm kind of excited for it.
You guys can all judge me if you want, but I do not care. I have never, ever been happier.
Yes, you can all judge me if you want, but I don't care. Because I've never, ever been happier. But Julie Chen, I am disappointed in you because you could have played with us for like a week. You could have, like just dropped little hints and made it fun so we could pregame like we like to do on Twitter and here on YouTube. But I feel like they really dropped the ball. I mean, I've heard more about Canadian, Big Brother Canada, the season 10 coming up. Arissa kills it at promoting that and dropping little clues and pictures and stuff like that. And I feel like they really missed an opportunity. Celebrity Big Brother. And we love Celebrity Big Brother. I'm just happy it's back. But Julie Chen, why couldn't we get this Julie Chen?
Destiny, 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 destiny.
She was so excited about the coins of destiny or whatever the hell that was. And that was so dumb. That was so dumb. Okay. So let's get into this list. I'm going to go and pull up. We're just going to start kind of wherever here. Okay. And you might hear my husband in the background. He's on some kind of tournament for a video game that they play. So if you hear someone go, nice, buddy, that's my husband. He's very supportive of his internet friends. Okay. All right. So let's start. First things first, let's get Lamar Odom. Okay. So it's going to be so interesting to see Lamar in this house with Shanna Moakler because both of these two people have stories about the Kardashians. Lamar was married to Khloe, and interesting enough, during his interview, his pre-interview for Celebrity Big Brother, the way he said it was like, and I was married to Khloe. So I don't know where they stand right now. I was just watching the reunion for the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that was going to air on E! Because I think they signed a deal with Hulu. So I feel like we're going to get some really behind the scenes great conversations. And the great thing about Big Brother is it's not all strategy. We watch the live feeds for a lot of the social interaction. And Lamar and Shayna with the tea and the shade regarding the Kardashians and their experiences are going to add for a lot of fun feeds. However, we might get a situation where they cut the feeds every time they talk about the Kardashians. And if that happens, I'll be kind of disappointed. Because obviously I want to hear, some behind the scenes things. I want to hear from Lamar. Now, why I think Lamar will talk and spill is because he did just come out with a book. So him coming on the show is definitely a way for him to promote his book. If you follow his social media, which I don't, but I did do a little dive into it, he's not the greatest at promotion. I mean, he is a professional athlete. So he's not as well versed in promotion like the Kardashians are. So he kind of struggled to sell that book. I mean, I didn't want to buy it after watching his Instagram. I was like, Lamar, I feel like you can do better. You can definitely do better. So Lamar, here's the thing with Lamar. He doesn't know anything about Big Brother. And he might be good at some comps, but I've seen a lot of people online say it might be another Meta World piece. I think we might have a couple Meta World pieces in the house. And I'm not mad about it because Meta, despite not knowing how to play, gave us a lot of comical moments. I mean, you can't forget the moment, I don't think my board will play right now, but where he said to Ross Matthews, when you talk, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about what I was going to say. I wasn't listening to you. I was thinking about me. Classic. Also, when he voted Chuck out, and then he said, no, I voted for Chuck to stay. And then the ladies were like, no, you voted for Chuck to go. those are the kind of moments we do need in a celebrity season, because we don't look for celebrity for the best strategists, despite the fact that, there have been really good strategists in the past. I mean, Tamar Braxton had a very good Celebrity Big Brother game, as did Ross Matthews. He was very good at, but sometimes it's funny, to just some of the silliness from these people. So I wouldn't expect Lamar, unless he gets into like a very serious, great alliance with people who can guide him. I don't think Lamar gives a shit about Big Brother. What I do think Lamar cares about is selling that book. And he's also someone who is competitive. So in his interview, he said they always ask, the pre-interview, would you throw a competition? And Lamar, being a professional athlete, is like, I was taught to win and go for the W. But a lot of these house guests, these celebs, are talking about loyalty and things that, yeah, you have to have a little bit of loyalty in Big Brother. But if you're looking for that alone and honesty, you're not going to find it in a season of Big Brother. There's definitely going to be backstabbing. So I think it might kind of be a rude awakening for Lamar, but I am looking forward to him in the feeds and seeing, what relationships he develops with other people in the house. So, and like Kylan is saying, Meta World Peace and Lamar Odom won championships together on the Lakers, 2009, 2010. So yeah, I mean, it might just be, Lamar can be a great meat shield. They can take him 100%, hide behind Lamar. Lamar can win competitions, because we do have a little bit of an older cast, which I like. But I heard in a lot of their pre-interviews, they were like, Cynthia Bailey's like, I got bad knees. The knees are real bad. And, Carson is like, I got bird arms. You ever see a cardinal? Yeah. Do you remember their arms? No, because they're non-existent. That's me. And so it's not going to be a heavy, like, Todrick mentioned wall comps and stuff. And I'm just thinking, yeah, it'll be probably the shortest wall comp we've ever seen. And even Todrick said he's a professional dancer and performer, Broadway star. And he's like, I don't really have, not longevity, but stamina. I'm thinking, I think you probably have more stamina than you think, but Lamar is very tall too. So, we'll see what's happening. But for him and Shanna Moakler to be in the house together, I am excited to see what they have to say. When we get to Shanna, we can talk about that a little more. Okay. Now, my forte is Housewives. I am a Housewives fan. I do Married to Bravo. I know all there is to know about basically every housewife who's ever existed in the world. Teddi Mellencamp is boring, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. No offense, Teddi, you're boring. She was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She made it 3 seasons. Her taglines were like, be accountable. I'm accountable. I've decided that I'm going to be posting funny stuff. Make sure you follow me on social media about this season of Big Brother. And I want to come up with taglines for everyone in the house, because housewives always have taglines. And so I was creating them so far for Cynthia, and I wanted to share them here with you guys. So let me just pull it up real quick, and then we can have a good fun time with this. But Teddi is the daughter of John Cougar Mellencamp, who's most famous for being married to Meg Ryan. I said that in a previous video. Someone got offended. These are jokes, people. I understand. He's a very popular mayonnaise artist. Lots of people like John Cougar, John Mellencamp, very talented guy. Jack and Diane, sure. But Meg Ryan, okay? I'm more concerned with Meg Ryan. So what I know him for is dating Meg Ryan for a long period of time. I don't know if they're still dating, but again, I'm a comedian. They're not always going to be funny jokes, but there will always be jokes, okay? So please do not tell me you're disappointed in me for saying a joke about John Mellencamp, all right? Especially when I've had to put up with his daughter on multiple Housewives shows. Now, Teddi is a very nice person. She seems really, really nice. Like in person, like in real life, oh my gosh, you probably want, I don't know if you want a friend like this, because she's also an accountability coach. And from what I know about accountability from just watching her, I don't want to be accountable for anything and stuff, So she kind of monitors people's weight and monitors their diet and makes them accountable. And it's like, ugh, bring a book. You know, this is not that fun. So I don't know. I have a feeling Teddy will annoy people in the house. Teddy is very sensitive. She's a sensitive housewife. She gets offended very easily. Now, this is a game where you can't have super sensitive feelings. If you do, you'll be in the DR a lot crying. We've seen, sensitive Big Brother players, but she's gotten very sensitive. She's never even really been dragged or read on these shows, but she's still very, very, very sensitive. So I'm worried about Teddy. I hope she's not as boring. Here's the thing though. She has been called boring so much that maybe that label she wants to kind of run from. So we could have a situation where she's actually not as boring as we thought. She might try a little harder to be entertaining because she knows that she gets real sensitive about being called boring too, because Vicky Gunvalson, who was a former Real Housewives of Orange County, threw a little shade at her and being, boring, or she didn't like the podcast she does with Tamra Judge, who's also a former housewife of Orange County. All of you who don't follow Housewives, you're like, why do you know all these people? Because I do. You have to be good at something, and I'm good at Housewives and Big Brother talk, somewhat. So she was like, "Oh, you're going to say boring?" Like, she gets very offended. If the worst thing you can say about someone is that they're boring, it's not really that bad. But Teddy gets very, very, very offended. So I have a feeling that we're going to get sensitive Teddy, definitely, in the house. It's going to come out. And that's just the way it is. And I thought I had saved a Teddy thing. Well, we have one Cynthia Bailey. Okay, let's see. We have one Cynthia Bailey tagline here. I had one for Teddy too. But Cynthia Bailey's will be, with me and Teddy Mellencamp together in the Celebrity Big Brother house, you better bring a book. Real Housewives star Cynthia Bailey reading herself. Okay, because yes. Cynthia Bailey also, so we have two housewives in the house. We have Teddy Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp, John Mellencamp, Meg Ryan's ex-boyfriend's daughter, and former Real Housewife. They're in the house. They're arguably two of the most boring housewives. But I'll be honest with you, Cynthia, though, I have hope for Cynthia, okay? Because Cynthia, if you watched Ultimate Girls Trip, Cynthia's in her feelings. Cynthia's in her 50s now. When she turned 50, she was 50 Cent. That's what she called herself. Cynthia also she likes to have little shady parties where people say, who's the prettiest, who has the best eyes and lips, like you're in junior high. And so Cynthia might have them play, these Bailey shady parties. And if that's the case, I'm here for it, because whenever you have a lot of free time on the feeds, I like to see them, talking about each other and engaging in some kind of activities together. So if that's what we get from Cynthia, that'll be worth it, because you need, someone to kind of pull out these questions and stuff with the house guests, so they don't just sit there. Cynthia is someone who's very sensitive too. She's a very sensitive housewife. She's a former Real Housewives of Atlanta, was on there forever. She made Nene Leakes sign a friendship contract, and then everybody teased her for it. She's basically been in Kenya Moore's shadow now, or Nene Leakes' shadow, for most of her housewives' career. I find her to be a delightful human being. Very, again, just like Teddy Mellencamp, seems sweet as pie. But when it comes to drama, I'm going to bet on Cynthia to kind of stir the pot a little more than Teddy, because when Cynthia was just on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, she was all in her feelings with Kenya making friends that weren't her, and she was very moody. So if we get that moody Cynthia, I might be here for moody Cynthia, because then she comes after people a little bit, and then we might see this kind of like feisty Big Brother fight in her. And Cynthia, I think, if anything, she's the most sensitive of the Atlanta housewives. But the Atlanta housewives, they are so good at just like reading each other, and they're just more, I feel like, self-aware, and they're very strong. And so that's still, with Teddy, she's Beverly Hills, and the Beverly Hills ladies are a tray a week. They get very upset and sensitive and in their feelings. So Cynthia actually might do okay in this game. As long as the cards fall in her favor, people like her, and she's not in anyone's shadow and doesn't feel like she's being disregarded or ignored, I think Cynthia might do pretty well. And I also think she can lead Teddy. So the smartest thing Cynthia can do is hop in here, and she already has relationships with Teddy, being a Real Housewife, and she knows Kyle, and Kyle is always up Teddy's butt. So knowing Kyle Richards, another Real Housewife, this could be a pretty good alliance. And also when we get to Carson, because Carson is on Watch What Happens Live quite often on Bravo, he has met some of the housewives. So there is a lot of crossover. Okay. So yeah, she might be, we don't want to sleep on Cynthia. That's what I'll say. We're not going to sleep on Cynthia. And some tea Ivy saying is her first crush was Todd Bridges. So that'll be very, very interesting. I think my tagline for Teddy Mellencamp, if I remember it correctly, because I can't find it here, I think it was, expect the unexpected, accountability, I'm sure, to talk about nonstop on the feed. So like I said, Teddy will annoy people. She will come in the house. People will think she's very nice right away. I think socially she might struggle, though, where I think Cynthia, as long as she doesn't get too moody as she did on Ultimate Girls Trip, I think she'll do well socially. Cynthia also brings people together and plays these games, where these like shady games, and they can be fun to watch. And as long as everyone participates, she could be seen as a leader within the house. Okay. Now, Teddy, she's going to have to probably fall under Cynthia's wing. She's going to have to settle there, her and Cynthia, but, and she should roll with her as long as she can. But Teddy, being an accountability coach, she's very, very into what she puts in her mouth and talking about diet. And her diet has been criticized in the past by people for being a starvation diet. And she's like, I used to be chubby. She was chubby for like 2 days when she was 23, you guys. So it's like, but she's like, that was a struggle. And you're like, but was it Mellencamp's daughter? So Teddy will be interesting to watch. You never know. You put these women outside of the housewives, we might see a whole different side of Sears. Okay. Because we didn't think Candy, Candy's a boss though. So when Candy Burris was on season 2 with Tamar, that was such a fun, interesting story because they had, some friction in their friendship, and then were able to resolve that, work together, and then Tamar ends up winning. But Candy didn't know much about the show. And some people think Candy's boring. I'm not one of those people, but some people do. But I feel like she really brought it on Celebrity Big Brother. So Teddy could surprise us, okay? But you never know. Okay, so then we have Carson, the original Queer Eye for the straight guy. Yes, Carson is going to fix your life, rearrange it. Carson, like I said, coming in, he is going to have connections. He probably knows a lot of these celebrities, I think, know each other. And Carson's going to know both of the housewives. He's going to have connections there. I wouldn't be surprised if he knows Shanna Moakler. I wouldn't be surprised if he knows Lamar Odom. Carson is just one of those guys that everybody kind of knows. Now, Carson said in his pre-interview, he's not going to necessarily be the best at competitions, but Carson's going to fall into social game. It's going to be so important for him to develop these relationships, get people to trust him. He did say he wants to model his game after his friend Ross Matthews, which is a great idea. Do that, everyone's friend, but you're like a secret assassin, a smart guy on the side and strategic. So I think Carson can do really well in Celebrity Big Brother, okay? And stir the pot and make it interesting, but definitely get friends with all the girls, chat up the guys. Carson's older. He's very secure in who he is. I feel like strategically, Carson's not going to be one of these players who is going to cry me a river if someone has to go. He might act like he's sad about it, but he'll understand this is the game. And he's been around the block enough to know that that's what it is, because I think some people get in their feelings. Okay. So yes, let's see what you guys are saying. Alice says he'll do good. Yes, he can be friends with everyone. The social aspect of that will be so important, because it seems like a lot of these celebrities are going off of, they want to get good vibes from people. They want to have nice relationships. A lot of them admitted that they would take an ally to the end, a la Cody from BB16, knowing that they might lose. And I'm like, no, but you also have to remember they're celebrities. Not all of them need the money. Some of them need it more than others. And some of those people who need it more than others said that they would definitely cut their friends for the cash. Okay. Yeah, Carson has Todrick as a drag. Yes, from RuPaul's Drag Race. So he has an ally there. He's probably going into this game the most padded with possible alliances, I think. And if he really plays his cards right, I think he can be sitting really pretty. Now, there could be overplaying. He could talk too much. There's always things that can happen within the Big Brother house, because the game never stops. It's 24/7. And that's why we love it. Okay. So Carson, good things. He says his favorite player is Ross Matthews. He did watch the celebrity season. Some of these celebrities did not watch any seasons. Lamar said he was going to try to watch some seasons, but he hadn't yet. Teddy said she watched a couple of the celebrity seasons, but she really couldn't name. She said she watched almost every episode of Celebrity, but she said she really couldn't name her favorite player, which is kind of sus that you didn't have a favorite out of that. So yeah, very interesting. Okay, next up, bye himself, Mr. Chris Kirkpatrick. Every boy band has the older guy, the kind of forgettable, no offense to Chris, but that was Chris in NSYNC, Chris Kirkpatrick. So Chris is saying he's a super fan, which, okay, that's interesting. We all thought Lance Bass was a super fan when they gave us the clue for this. I thought maybe Clay Aiken, but then with the dancing, I thought, I don't think Clay shakes his bonbon. I don't remember him shaking his booty much. I just remember him for ballads and red hair and maybe being Southern. But also Chris Kirkpatrick wasn't, he's probably he's like the dad of NSYNC, the one that they were like, yeah, we got to have someone who looks legal, someone who can buy beer. And that's why Chris Kirkpatrick was in NSYNC. If you guys didn't know, they needed a dad-like character and someone who could buy the beer and the vodka. So Chris Kirkpatrick says he's a super fan, which probably, he does have Lance as his mentor. So if Lance told him enough about the game, good. However, in his interview, you guys, Chris Kirkpatrick, the super fan, said, well, everyone's favorite player, my favorite player is Derek Levasseur, which is everyone's favorite player. What? No, that is not everyone's favorite player, Derek Levasseur. And then he went on to be like, and I also liked Xavier. Okay. And then he went on to say, and that Jack guy, because he's from Nashville. So season 21's Jackson Mickey you liked? Hell to the nah. Bye. Chris Kirkpatrick. I'm just guessing you don't really know what you're talking about, okay? I'm going to settle on the fact that you probably binged some seasons and you're like, oh, there was a guy from Nashville. I'm from Nashville. I've been to Nashville. Dolly Parton, something, But the fact, I'm going to guess that he watched season, but he's never watched feeds. He doesn't really know what's going on, but he did say that Derek Levasseur is a lot of people's favorite player. Okay. I don't know. I only know one person. It's Sarah from Nerdtainment. She loves Derek Levasseur and we love Sarah from Nerdtainment. But he's not my favorite. And maybe someone in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can like whoever you want to, but I just thought it was funny that he said, well, how everybody's favorite player is Derek. And I'm like, no, when there's a whole Dan, when there's a whole Dr. Will, when there's a whole Danielle, when there's a whole Janelle, when there's a whole now, cookout there. No, there's a lot of, I mean, I know he's in a lot of people's top 10, but no. You know what? And maybe Maureen, that's a good, I just think he just doesn't know. He doesn't know the behind the scenes like us geeks do. You know what I mean? Like we nerd out for this stuff. Chris Kirkpatrick is spending in-sync money. He doesn't have time to nerd out. So I think if he knew what he was saying, he probably would take it back if he actually knew what Jackson Mickey was like on the show, you know. But as far as now, I just am like, and maybe it's
Destiny.
I don't know, you guys. I just thought it was crazy, you know. So yeah, everyone has their own favorite, you know, Derek, Dan, Vanessa. Derek's usually in people's, you know, top 5, top 10. But to just say, yeah, you know, everyone's favorite Derek. I'm like, Derek's not everyone's favorite. Chris. But again, he was the dad from NSYNC. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I don't know why he had to lie either. Like, we don't need anyone to say they're a super fan if they're not. We get your celebrities, and you might not, you know, have time to sit around and watch Big Brother. I don't know why you wouldn't, but maybe, you know, you got other things to. I mean, when you got cocaine money, you might not have time. I'm not saying he does cocaine. I'm just saying you have money, okay? You have buy multiple homes money. And I think he did that. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, okay? But we're just going to deal with Chris Kirkpatrick, okay? We're going to give him a chance, guys. Well, at least I'm going to. You can do whatever you guys want to do, but I'm going to definitely give him a chance, okay? Princess Raven. Yeah, nobody said Raven was their favorite player, which, you know, and we can't expect a lot from a guy that, you know, rocked this through most of the 90s. I mean, we can't really. It's like lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop. I mean, just, you know, that, but that was the look. That was the look. I went to 2 NSYNC concerts. Chris Kirkpatrick flew over my head with, you know, hanging on the wires. I tried to grab his shoe because I wanted to sell it on eBay. I think eBay was a thing then. He kicked me away, and that's the only interaction I've ever had with Chris Kirkpatrick. So maybe we'll have him on the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen after the season, and he can explain what it was like being a 90s dad, and if he remembers me trying to steal his shoe at a concert in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We don't know. Okay, moving on to our next player. Who should we go to next? Okay, let's go to, well, we already did Cynthia Bailey. I mean, we did pretty much talk about Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey, we don't want to sleep on Cynthia Bailey. I think, you know, she could be someone that actually is pretty good at this game. Now, as far as who is my favorite, I am going to show you guys who my favorite, I got to pull up the picture here, but feel free to guess who's my early favorite, who I think is actually going to be quite good at this game. And hopefully I'm not wrong, but this is, you know, my first impression. So we don't know. I might be wrong. Okay. Okay. So I found her. This woman is my early favorite. Mirai Nagasu, I believe her name is. I don't know much about her. Mirai Nagasu, other than she is an Olympic figure skater. She's the first woman to ever land a triple axel in the Olympics. Okay. I get winner vibes from her. She's young. She's smart. She's athletic. She did a little bit of her homework going into the game. She did, however, say her favorite player was Meta World Peace, but she said it was for entertainment purposes. And she's not wrong. He was so freaking entertaining on Celebrity Big Brother. She said she doesn't know a ton about the show because she's too busy landing triple axles at the Olympics, okay? I don't have anything better to do but suck down Diet Cokes and watch the live feeds. I was never in the Olympics or that good at anything. So I understand that, you know, she's got priorities, but I think she's a very early favorite of mine. And she did shade Frenchie in her answer. She said that she doesn't want to be creepy and standing at doors like French dressing did. And so anyone who's going to shade French dressing, I'm here for. She also said she did watch Big Brother sometimes while doing chores. Well, that's very nice of her to say. I think she just didn't want to insult the people that were interviewing her because you don't watch Big Brother's not a chores show. Okay. That's not Wheel of Fortune where you can go do something else while you're watching it. You know, Big Brother is something you got to kind of, I guess you got to kind of pay attention to Wheel of Fortune too. But you can walk away during Love After Lockup and you'll be like, well, they're still locked up and they're still in love. Nope, they're punching each other. You can walk away from shows like that. But walking away from Big Brother, you're like, what did I miss? So I thought it was cute that she said, I watched this during my chores. It's just like so funny. And also that she has chores. Okay. But she seems amazing. And again, this is what she's famous for, landing a triple axel, the first woman during the Olympics. So we didn't get Tanya Harding, but we got another triple axel woman.
She can't second guess. She has to go right up and do it. Yeah!
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. That I got to watch that one more time because I love figure skating. And that's
She can't second guess. She has to go right up and do it. Yeah!
10. I would give her all 10s. I'd give her all the gold medals. Allegedly, she said something that had upset her team. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm all for people saying things that upset people sometimes. So we'll get back on that. But, you know, again, Celebrity Big Brother, and especially when you would watch CBB UK, when that was still a show in the UK, a lot of the people that they cast kind of had something to atone for, or something they wanted to explain, or they wanted to, like, you know, fix their image. So, you know, not true, Joleen. I have an iPad and will travel. Love it. You love Big Brother for chores? Oh no, I guess I can do, like, I watch the feeds and wash the dishes and stuff like that. But when I'm watching an episode, I'm watching the episode. I'm not doing any chores. Okay. Yes. 10s across the board, Josh. 10s across the board. So she's a very early favorite for me, and I'm really excited to see what we have in store with her. I feel like, you know, obviously competition wise, socially, she's adorable. She seems to have a great personality. She's got a great story. I think people are really going to enjoy her. I don't think she's going to come off as a threat at all. I mean, you never know, but I have really, really high hopes. Okay. Next, we have iconic Todd Bridges, the actor, Different Strokes. I mean, he was on a bunch of stuff, but he's most known for being the older brother on Different Strokes. It takes different strokes. It takes different strokes to rule the world. Or I don't remember if that's the song, but you guys know what I'm saying. What you talking about, Willis? Like, Different Strokes, Mr. Drummond. That was a very iconic sitcom. Now, I did see a lot of the little baby Gen Z lovely dolls who are like, who are these people? Well, they're a little bit older people. Todd Bridges has got to be in his 50s by now. Let's see if we can see how old Todd Bridges is. Todd Bridges is going to be so freaking interesting to watch, you guys, because he said, I don't really like people. And I've never felt more heard in my life. I've never felt more heard or understood, because I too, Todd, he's 56. By the time you're 56, you stopped liking people a long time ago. You see their true colors shining through. You know, he has seen the true colors, and that's why he doesn't love you. So don't be afraid, okay? So I loved that Todd Bridges might end up going in there cranky style, saying some stuff we're like, damn, Todd. Or Todd might be the comic relief we need to call people out on their bullshit. Okay. Yes, he's 56 years old. And I'm excited. His interviews were like at his house. The lights were off. It was dark. He doesn't own a ring light, not pretentious to say in the least. He's a friend of the Coreys, you know, rest in peace, Corey Haim, my love, and then Corey Feldman. He was on the two Coreys back in the day too. So he kind of, you know, he being a child star, he has such a history and such a plethora of stories. And there's just so much that this dude, you know, can bring to the table. So does he know about the game? Probably not, but he says he wants to win and he wants the money. And it's $250,000, and Todd Bridges wants that money. Okay. He was sitting in the dark getting interviewed. It was the most real thing I have seen from a celebrity in a long time. He's had, you know, his own, I think, battles with like addiction and things like that. So such an interesting choice. And also, you know, a former child star and an icon. I'm excited to see what Todd brings to the table. And I feel like he's going to be gunning for that money. Now, the social aspect, him saying, I don't really like people, might be an issue. You know, I get it. I feel heard. But, you know, he's not going to take BS. But in the Big Brother house, you got to take a little bit of BS. Now, if he can align with some people who he can trust and he can not show that he doesn't like the people he doesn't like, I think he could go really far. Now, or he could be Joey Lawrence. And remember, Joey Lawrence, you could tell he was not here for it. He just wanted to clean all the cups and make sure everything was really clean and then go to bed and be like, everyone is annoying me. Joey Lawrence had his moments where it was fun to watch too, but he definitely was someone who was like, I'm not really enjoying this. This isn't very fun for me. So we might hear that from Todd, or we might see Todd Bridges be like, this is $250K. I am going to win this shit. Okay. So Mocha Rain says he's definitely going to be good. I think I have high hopes for Todd Bridges. Again, I know he doesn't know much about the game and stuff, but like Lamar Odom said, I mean, I get the gist. He said he gets the gist. Okay. And Josh is calling it first out or third place. I'll tell you who's I think is going to be first out. And that I think is going to be this guy. Chris Kattan is obviously, you know, hilarious SNL movie actor. I mean, you know, done lots of things, but you can tell from his interview, and I could be wrong, but that he was like, oh God, I don't want to be here. This sucks. He doesn't know anything about the game. I don't think he really wants to know anything about the game. His favorite player was Tom Green because Tom Green's a comedian. He's a comedian. You know, I think he's looking to jumpstart his career, which is great because that's what Celebrity Big Brother can do for you. But he's mad. He's mad he has to be there. Chris Kattan is like, F this shit. Where's my Will Ferrell career? You know what I mean? He's big mad. So it's going to be interesting. Alyssa, thank you so much, McLowen. Oh, I like your last name for the super sticker. Thank you. So I don't know. I haven't kept up with Chris Kattan's career after SNL and a couple movies and stuff like that. So I don't really know what he's been up to. But as we watch him, you know, and I'm probably going to do another video before, and I'll dive a little bit more into their backgrounds and have a couple guests on probably to talk about it. But from my first reaction, which is what this video is, he's not happy. He's not happy to be here. He doesn't want to do this. It was kind of when, I'll tell you a little secret. There was a certain guy, I won't out who he is, but he was a pretty big deal and on In Living Color back in the day. And he was kind of wanting to jumpstart his comedy career again, but mostly to be on TV again and in movies. And he was pretty popular in the 90s and, you know, early 2000s. And then he had to go back on the road and do stand-up. And I opened for him a couple times, and he hated it. He hated that he had to do these club shows. He wanted to be on TV again. And he's giving me those vibes of that guy. And that guy is back on TV. So he's doing great. But sometimes your career takes you in directions you don't want to go. And I guarantee when Chris Kattan started at Groundlings or Second City or wherever the hell he started and then got SNL, he never thought he'd have to be on Celebrity Big Brother. But hopefully he sees this as a great opportunity to just be funny, showcase his personality, and give us some entertaining feeds. You never know. He could get in the house and become competitive. But he just looks mad in the interview. Look at me. Chris Kattan, who is on a hit show called The Middle, for a lot of years just ended like, yeah. So maybe Aaron, he's like, I just want to get back on TV. Is this what I have to do? Agent manager? Fine. What is it? Celebrity Big, who? Julie Chen? Okay, sure. Awesome. Great. Does Will Ferrell ever have to do this? No. How about Sherry O'Terry? Maybe. Okay. That would have been interesting. I feel like him and Sherry O'Terry have kind of had parallel careers in this, but this was just my, you know, I might be wrong. I could be totally off on this, but I'm getting the vibes as his agent or manager said, you're going to take this opportunity. And he's like, I'm not doing it. I can't poop in public. And he's like, you have to, Chris, we want to get you back on TV. Okay. So, yeah, Sherry and Anna Gaster would have been miles better. Well, Anna's on a new show. She's on that Chevy show. I don't know. It's that car show. Looks pretty funny. And then I don't know what Sherry's doing. Last time I saw Sherry, she was on Strangers with Candy. So I have no idea what's going on. But okay. So Chris, I don't have high hopes. I think Chris is a first boot. I think he might be a first boot. However, they could keep him around if he's really funny. But the thing with comedians are you expect comedians to be like jovial and funny because they make people laugh. Mostly we're depressed people. And yeah, we're usually working through depression or we're really on. Either we're really on or we're working through depression. There's no balance because if there was a balance, we would get a job with a 401k and full benefits. Okay, we wouldn't want to, do this like maybe you'll make it, hit the lottery, or like our friend Julie Chen says, the coin of destiny.
Destiny, 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 destiny.
We always say if I was emotionally stable and cool, I would, go be a dental hygienist, have a nice future, having savings, all those type of things. Okay. So Randy says American Auto sucks. All right, Randy, I'm probably still going to check it out, but there you go. I love how candid you are, and you're welcome to be candid here because that's how I am too. I like Randy's just like, that show sucks. That sucks. It sucks balls. Not a fan. Okay. Randy says it sucks. Okay. Next up, someone I have no idea who this person is. Okay. And she looks like a badass, but who is this? I got to look up her name again. I'm sure all my MMA fighter friends in the chat. I forgot her name already. She hasn't watched. She could be really good competition-wise. Maybe she'll be good. She's given me, obviously, Lolo and purple hair vibes, whatever purple hair was, her name. So I don't know. I know so little about her, and her interview really didn't give me much. So I feel like she's going to be competitive for sure, but she was talking kind of about loyalty. Okay, is her name Miesha? Okay, I think Miesha Cupcake Tate. Okay, she's a UFC fighter. And she's a UFC fighter. I think she's a champion, right, guys? So let's look her up real quick, Joleen. You should know about, she's the one I know the least about because I don't follow MMA because I like boxing, but MMA is like, I could never get into that. Why do we have to kick too? You know what I mean? Just let the legs stay on the ground. I just don't understand the kicking or the, wrapping your legs around people. I mean, I just feel like you can spread yeasters for Easter. I don't know. It's just I don't want to put my head in someone's crotch. I don't want to get cauliflower ear. It's just not my thing. I'd rather just watch boxing. I don't like a lot of kicking. Okay. So Miesha Tate, she was born in 86. So that would make her 35. Yes. And she's an American mixed martial artist. She hides her ears, so we don't even know she could have cauliflower ear. She's a former Strikeforce women's bantam champion. I don't want to piss her off. So she's my favorite player because she can kick my ass. So she's a Strikeforce, what are these words? Women's bantamweight champion, and competes in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, which is the UFC. I think that's run by Daddy Joe Rogan or something, where she is a former UFC women's bantam, again with the bantam weights. Tate was the VP of One Championship as of December 20th, 2021. She is number 8 in the UFC women's bantamweight rankings. That's not great, right? Number 8. Her first MMA title, she captured the 135-pound, get it, girl? That's like my goal weight. Very far away from it, guys. Very far away from it. By defeating, so she got the FCF Women's Bantamweight Championship by defeating Liz Carrero at the freestyle cage. I just don't like cages. Why do people like to watch people in cages? I don't even like the dogs in cages. I have an uncle who, the dog has like a cage, like a house, and I just don't want to let him free, let him go. I can't be caged. I'm like a bird. I only fly away. Okay. I don't know where my home is, but yeah. And I do, Jonathan, I agree. I'm a little weary of Christmas, the Hanukkah vibes, the Halloween vibes that she might be given, but she might be a really nice lady. And so, yeah, I don't know. She might be, maybe, her and Toe Rogan are really good friends. She might make Teddy cry. That could happen too, because Teddy could be like, hey, how much protein? You're getting too much protein. You need to be accountable for your protein. And then she'll be like, what? I am protein. I live protein. Get in this cage. So if there's a cage fight, she's going to kill it. So I hope they do. It would be interesting. I guess it would be interesting to see a cage MMA fight in the Big Brother house. I don't even like the Big Brother competition. One of my least favorite is that egg one, because it's like a cage. Really, it's a fence, but it's wiry, and I just don't like wires. I don't like cages. So yeah, maybe if they do the chicken coop one, the wire, the cage with the egg, maybe she'll be good at that, because that's like her home. But I don't like it. Yeah, Lolo and Natalie. That's purple hair. Thank you, Preston. Yeah, purple hair and Lolo vibes. So we'll see, but maybe she's going to be a little local like Lolo. I don't know. Yeah, no wire hangers. I don't want, and I don't want to hear about, I just don't like to watch people bleed either. It's a personal preference. Professional fighters are notoriously emotional. Yeah, I remember, like, even Mike Tyson, he was very emotional man too. So, okay. Well, we might get someone who, she might be emotional and with those muscles. That could be very interesting to watch. I can't really say. I think she's going to land somewhere in the middle at this point. My first reaction, she'll land somewhere in the middle, and she'll be competitive, but maybe emotional. Maybe she'll miss her cage. I don't know, guys. I just know that I love her. So if she ever sees this video, I think you're wonderful. So don't beat me up, okay? Which I don't think she would waste her time. She'd be like, you're good. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see with old Tate the date. We don't know what's going on, but hopefully she's fun to imitate, and I can do impressions of her. All right, moving along. I am so excited for Shanna Moakler. I don't even care. Judge me, you guys, but I am so freaking excited to see what she does.
You guys can all judge me if you want, but I do not care. I have never, ever been happier.
I've never been happier. I have been obsessing over this Shanna Moakler versus Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, her ex-husband, because I used to watch Meet the Barkers. They have 2 kids together of their own, Alabama, and then there's a son. And then she has a baby. Speaking of fighting, her first child isn't the baby. She's a grown woman by now, was with Oscar De La Hoya. So I think Shayna's going to do good. I really do think she's going to do good, you guys. I'm actually really excited for her. She's sassy. She's brassy. If she teams up with like Cynthia, I don't know if she'll be able to stand Teddy, get Carson, pull in a little Lamar action, or, bring in Tate the cage fighter. Something could happen here. I have high hopes for her. She has a lot to prove right now because she's pissed, okay? Because she feels as though the Kardashians ruined her family, even though her and Travis got divorced like 10 years ago. But apparently he was friends with Khloe Kardashian for 10 years. And she was claiming that Travis Barker had a crush on Kim Kardashian back in the day and might have cheated on her with Kim, to which Kim and Travis are like, that didn't happen. So we know Shayna might just make shit up in the house. So she might make it really, really good and interesting. She's entertaining to watch. She's emotional. She's strong. She likes to sleep a lot. So we could have a napper in the house. Not like a Derek Frazier situation, but we definitely could have a Nappy McNapperson. But yeah, Erin, perfect word to describe her. She's very versatile. Now, I hope she doesn't go in the house and just completely be lame, but I don't think she will, because if you see her interviews, she says stuff she's not supposed to say, definitely about her ex and the Kardashians. And again, talking with Lamar. So her issues with Kourtney and Lamar's, with Khloe and their experiences with the Kardashians. And it's been rumored that she might have, some issues with, her family stuff, kids, things right now. Definitely issues with her ex, Travis Barker. I mean, she was entertaining on Meet the Barkers, so I'm hopeful. Okay. Yes, Mr. Roybot. At this point, let's just put all the Kardashians in the house and make them play BB. I would watch it. I would watch it. I really would. Like the Kardashians versus the Jenners. Okay. All the Brody's got to come. Brody's brother's got to come. Caitlyn's got to show up, you know, and then Kylie and Kendall have to pick which side. Okay. It's like celebrity death match, you know. I think that would be very interesting. All right. Black China would have been a fantastic pick for this season. Oh my God, if we could have had Black China with Shayna, with Lamar, if they could have got Tristan or Tristan's, his trainer, he got pregnant. Oh my God, that would have been interesting. Like it could be a season. The theme is, you know, people that got Kardashianed or Kardashianed, you know, or like Jordan Woods would have been so fantastic, but I don't think she'd ever do something like this. Alyssa's like, Brody, yum. Oh, Brody, yes. Okay, yeah, we'd watch every minute. Terry says, well, I was surprised. So Shayna said, Terry, good point. She reminds me of Janelle. Neither could give a flip. She doesn't give a F. She's a former Miss USA. She was an actor. She had this one scene they would always play in the beginning of Meet the Barkers. They're like, meet Shayna. Like they introduced each other. She's like, meet Travis. He's my husband and the drummer for Blink-182 and he's amazing. Meet Shayna. She's a mother, Miss USA, and a fabulous actress. And then she signs in American Sign Language like, my mother was deaf. And that's the part that they show over and over. And it wasn't the best acting, but that was the part that they were showcasing for her great acting. And I had to think that people at MTV didn't like her. And that's why they put that as the best thing they could find of her acting. Okay. But when she said who her favorite player was, it's Paul Abrahamian. It's friendship. And Derek. And I'm thinking, and she says she's a super fan. I don't believe she's a super fan. Okay. Because if she was, now I know she's younger. I mean, she's not that young. She's got to be like close to 40, she would know Janelle. I feel like she would be a Janie fan. She would be a Rachel Riley fan. Yeah, again, like I don't know what, I just feel like casting or something tells them. The producers are like, people say, you could say Paul. I mean, okay. But I was very surprised that her coming up in the time she did in Hollywood and being a reality star, that she wouldn't have said Janelle. But let me just double check it, how old she is. Oh my God, she's way older than I thought. She is 46. Holy shit, Shayna. So, yeah, not that that's old. It's not old at all, but I thought she was like younger than me. So she looks great. But yeah, she did say Paul. I know that pick. There's Paul fans out there, you know. She knew who Paul was. She knew who Paul was in her interview. And so yeah, that's, I mean, and Derek Levasseur. It's almost like Derek campaigned and he just like gets in people's, I mean, he's shown up in the chat here before and was like, drop a link. And I said, no, thank you. I'm sure he's a fantastic guy, but I was like, I feel like you're not going to answer my questions. You'll give me cop answers, and I don't want cop answers. I want real answers. But maybe one day I'll talk to Derek Levasseur. But I didn't really want to. I didn't really. I'm such a dickhead. I should have probably dropped the link, but I don't know. I just was like, you're just going to police officer talk me. So yeah, so she, you know, we'll see. She says she's a super fan. She says she's watched a lot of seasons. I just don't know if she really is, but she's going to be good TV. I'm calling it right now. She's going to be good TV. She's going to strategize, or she's going to, you know, play maybe a little too hard. She's going to get mad. She will definitely get in some kind of altercation. She will call somebody out. She's not afraid to speak her mind. Okay. So, Sierra, no problem. You're right on time. Sorry I'm late. I was talking to my new boo thing, but I'm so excited. Well, congrats on the new boo thing. Yes. Okay. Randy says, of all the Dereks, Derek L is my second favorite. So yeah, there's lots of Dereks, you know. Joleen, don't open no doors to a cop without a warrant. Joleen, your mama taught you well. Yeah, you can't do that. She might flip a table. Vincente, yes, she might flip a table. Okay. So I think she's going to be great television. All right. I'm like so excited for Shanna Moakler. I was, like I said, rewatching Meet the Barkers, and it was very entertaining. And it was so early 2000s where, you know, your butt crack was like hanging out of all your jeans. Everything was super ultra low rise. You had to have like some kind of ironic t-shirt and studded belts, and what a time to be alive, you guys. What a time. But I think this is her official Big Brother picture. She might be, you know, our little blonde bombshell happening in the house. Okay. Who did I miss so far? I'm looking through my list. I know, well, of course, we can't forget about Todrick. Now, Todrick, it's so interesting because people have very strong reactions to Todrick. Only thing I know about Todrick is I like some of his songs, real bangers. They slap and stuff. I don't know a lot about Broadway. He's best friends with Tommy Bracco. He says, I know Todrick. I like that, you know, he's into Big Brother. I like that he had the cookout at his house. I like that he extended this last season for us. BB23 is still happening. I think once Todrick goes in the house, that means BB23 is finally ended. But I wanted it forever. Okay. So I was so happy that he did that. But I know some people have very strong feelings and don't like him. I don't know if there's something previously he did or said or something. I don't know. I'm going with an open mind. However, he said his best friends or his favorite players are Tommy Bracco and Frankie Grande. Listen, I get Tommy's your friend. He's a little dancer in, you know, Broadway too. And I say little because he's like petite. He's a Polly Pocket, you know. But he doesn't have to be your favorite player. You can just like him as your friend. You know, I have lots of friends, but I'm not going to, you know, if one of them's, you know, really shitty at math, I'm not going to be like, oh, my favorite mathematician is Becky when Becky doesn't know shit about math. You know what I mean? Or I'm not going to say, you know, oh, Jenny, she's a great cook if she doesn't know how to cook. So I don't think you have to say that's your favorite player. He did go on to mention Chada and Tiffany and the cookout staying at his house. And I think he said Derek as well. I'm so used to these preseason interviews, whether it be Civilian Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, everyone's talking about Derek. It's as if Dan, Dr. Will, Danielle, it's just that they never existed because everyone just pushes Derek so hard. It's crazy. So let's see what you guys are saying. Johnson, unfortunately, he's going to do well in this game. But will he? Like, the more I was hearing his answers, I was a little like maybe Todrick won't do as well as we think. Now, again, he's had a lot of time to talk to a lot of people who played Big Brother. He even posted a picture, I believe, of Kyland gave him a key. I thought I had it here, but he posted it on his Twitter, and it was like a Big Brother key with a note. So he's definitely gotten advice, but I think you guys are saying he's such a mess. I think Todrick could be one of the play too hard too soon. You get the super fans that come in the house, like the guy from Mean Girls, how he was just going at warp speed, not knowing that it is a condensed season, but you still got 30 days, relax. So hopefully Tiffany, Chada, other members of the cookout gave him some good advice. Hopefully he didn't listen to Tommy Bracco. Frankie Grande, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you listened to some of what he said. But he also, Todrick said he was worried about, he hasn't really been around straight men a ton, and coming from Texas and not having the best experience with people who might be, not that all straight men are, but maybe he was worried about more of a conservative straight guy who might not be okay with him. It seems like maybe, you know, he's faced some homophobia in the past, obviously. And so that's what he was worried about. Yeah, Todrick could be a Shannon Elizabeth, you know, just putting all your cards out there way too soon. And Ricky Bobby said Kylan probably gave him his key all right. Oh, okay. So Todrick could be an early boot. things that are working against Todrick, he was very vocal about his love for Big Brother. So anyone and about hanging out with the cookout and all that might look at him like a ringer. So you'd probably go, let's get him out first. However, we're talking about celebrities who most don't know much about the game, and we're talking about loyalty and bringing their ally to the end, even if their ally would beat them. So they probably don't even know that he knows about Big Brother. So, I mean, it could work to his advantage. It could work to, it's celebrity Big Brother. So we just don't know. We just don't know. Okay. Renee says, no one should ever listen to anything Frankie Grande has to say ever. Are you sure? Have you ever heard him sing that song? I only ask you to show me. I only ask you to hear me the ring one time. I only heard through the rainbow or something. How does it, what's that song go? Da, 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 da. Nothing at all. Water like misery coming down on me. Water like misery. I used to have that on my phone. I might have to add that to my sound effects, you guys. It's basically Frankie Grande in a booth at the mall singing his favorite banger and just getting down with it. You know, when you go to the mall back in the day, little Gen Z babies, malls are a place. Well, you guys still have malls, but we used to hang out there and you'd have these little recording booths where you thought you could become Mariah Carey for like, you know, $6 and you could sing your song, and they would have them at state fairs and stuff. And that's what it looked like Frankie Grande was in. It was one of those singing booths, you know, and he was like, what about your friends? Will they let you down? Will they stand their ground here? Whoa. You know, he was very, so yeah. How Frankie, oh my gosh. Twerking in the rain is a classic. Okay. Yes. So we'll see. I mean, we will see how my millennial is all out, Daniel. I cannot help it. I'm an old ass millennial. I remember all the oldies but goodies. So when this cast dropped, I was like, I know all these people except for the cage lady. I know everybody. I know them all. Okay. So, yep, there you go. So that, let's just make sure that we covered all of the players on the list. Oh my gosh, did you guys see? Okay, so here was big news, supposedly. They got rid of the spiral staircase. Okay, so shout out to our friends over at Earth Dog BB. So the spiral staircase from 2005 to 2021, they got rid of. And I thought, oh my God, maybe they're, and then Julie Chen posted some meme, and I don't always understand memes, and that's okay. I'm not like Trisha Paytas about it, but I don't really always understand all the memes. She posted like a Disney Channel one where a lady was in cast. So I'm like, are they casting someone who needs it to be like accessible? Someone who just like broke all their bones? She just randomly posted that when people were looking for Big Brother clues, and then they got rid of the staircase. So I was like, oh, so I don't know what they put instead. I mean, they have been making changes to the house, as in the outside. We got that, you know, upper deck outside. So I don't know what's going to happen now. Hopefully they're going to replace it with like a ball pit and a slide, and they got to climb up the slide and down the slide into a ball pit. That would be amazing. But, oh, we hit our goal. Yay. Keep liking, you guys. Keep liking. So that was one of the things. And then Teddy Mellencamp, Meg Ryan's ex-boyfriend's daughter, she, on her podcast that I don't know if people are listening to, with Tamra Judge, or Tamra, whatever her name is, from the formerly of the Real Housewives of Orange County, she posted this on her own social media. And if you guys see, so it's like two T's and the tots, or two tater tots talking about tough stuff or something, is her podcast, where it's her and another former housewife that got fired. If you look here, she posted this. So we knew Teddy was going in the house before they announced it, because as you can see here, episode 2, Big Brother announcement episode, which will air 1/27. What's the date today? Today is 1/27. I feel like she should be evicted for that. And they should call Nene or Kenya Moore and make them show up and just say, hey, ladies, we need you. We need you now. I really need you tonight. So yeah, or Tamra. I mean, they would have probably been better getting Tamra on the show than Teddy, but we'll see. But yeah, she accidentally posted this on her social media accidentally. Teddy Mellencamp posted this, Terry. So that's how people were speculating before the news came out that Teddy Mellencamp was on the show. Because this is from a taping of her and Tamra's podcast they do. If you didn't know, it's like 2 T's and a podcast or something, because their names both start with T. Yeah, so she posted this, and there you go. New York, I don't think they gave her enough money. I heard that the offer was not what she wanted, and you got to pay New York what she's worth. Okay, so let's make sure we got everybody. So here is my early pick for winner. I think it's going to be this darling right here. I think she has a great chance of winning at this point. My first reaction, I just see this for her. I see her getting far. I see her having tons of layers in this game. And she's someone I would not sleep on for sure. First boot, Chris Kattan. I'm just throwing that out there. Might be Chris Kattan. I think some might think Chris Kirkpatrick, which is going to be very confusing because there's 2 Chris Ks. And Julie Chen Moonves can barely remember the Moonves sometimes, which I think she should just cut off. I miss Julie Chen. She was so great. So we'll see if this is going to be confusing or if they'll make them have nicknames or something. We will definitely see. So I think she is an early pick for winner. And again, I think that Chris Kattan, who just looks like he wants to be anywhere but in the Celebrity Big Brother house, that was just first vibes I'm getting from him. He could get announced and be like, this is great. This is going to revitalize my career. But I just think he looked not too happy about it. He did not look very happy at all. So I think Chris is going to be first gone. And as far as, okay, so a lot of people were debating, why do we only have 11 people? We've always only had 11 for Celebrity Big Brother. So that's normal. First self-evict. Yeah, there you go. Could be the first self-evict. That's a really good point. We could, yes. Chris Kirkpatrick is going under Kirkpatrick. I don't want to call him Kirkpatrick. I'm going to call him Derek Lavasser's friend. That's what I'm going to call him, Derek's friend. I'm going to call him former fan of Jackson McKee. I'm going to call him not Justin Timberlake. Okay, that's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Daddy. So that's what I'm going to call Chris Kirkpatrick, you guys. But yeah, we can call Chris Kattan Roxbury, Night at the Roxbury, whatever that was. And then he was that monkey guy. I don't know why monkeys don't do that, you guys. You should probably learn from scientists about what monkeys do. But yeah, we'll call him Uncle Dreads. We'll call him White Dude Dreads, which should be illegal. It really should be illegal, you guys. But unfortunately, this is America, Mango, thank you, DGF. Thank you, Jonathan. You guys are on your stuff. We'll call him Mango, okay? We'll call him What is Love? Baby, I don't want to be on Celebrity Big Brother. Oh, why can't I have Will Ferrell's career? Something like that. But we'll figure it out. Eminem's Enemy, yes, there was something there for sure. Okay, well, we'll come up with fun nicknames throughout the season. We're going to have so much fun, you guys, talking about Celebrity Big Brother. I am honestly so excited. I did not think I was going to get this excited about this season, but I am. I'm a sucker for Big Brother, and I always go in it with hope. I'm always optimistic. So I'm excited. It could end up being a shit show, but I don't know. I think it's good. Let's put good vibes in. We deserve a good Celebrity Big Brother. CBB2 was amazing. CBB1 was great. So, I think we have some people who can really entertain us. and I'm not disappointed. I'm not going to allow myself to be disappointed yet. Okay. We're going to watch this. We're going to have fun. I'll be covering the live feeds. I'll be doing some impression videos. Make sure you follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at Joleen Lunzer. I'll probably do shorter updates on TikTok. So if you have a TikTok, find me there. And so I'll come back with live feed updates. We'll talk about all the episodes. We'll have a good time because if you guys remember the last Celebrity Big Brother, and I had a lot of fun doing impressions of Lindsay Lohan's mom. So hopefully that'll be fun. You know, a lot of people on Twitter, God bless Big Brother Twitter, they're amazing, said that this looked like blood, like a ad for Fargo, you know, like the TV show or the movie, like it was murder. Like the red carpet really looked bloody. So I don't know. And also snow in LA. But I'll be honest with you, I don't hate it. It's winter. I'm from a place where in winter it snowed. I live in California now, but in Minnesota it snowed. So I don't hate it. I'm just not going to be that picky yet, you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for the super chats, the super stickers. Thank you for all of your comments. I think the house will be revealed in a couple days. Julie Chen did post, let me see if I have it here. She posted like a little bit of the stage. So the stage is a little different color-wise. I mean, still, you know, the blue, but I don't think I have it here. But once we get the house, if we do get a house tour, like I said, I'll cover it, but there's been a lot of missed opportunities. I feel like they are treating Celebrity Big Brother like the redheaded stepchild or something. And I love a redhead. So I don't even know why people treat redheaded stepchildren poorly. They're amazing. Okay. Yeah, Ivy, it's blue again. The stage is blue, but it's got a little bit of gold in it because it's Celebrity. You know, that would have been amazing to see Nene and Cynthia heal their relationship like Candy and Tamar. However, there were pictures of Cynthia at Nene's Lanithia Lounge in September, and I think Lamar Odom was there. So she's got to connect. Cynthia's got a lot of connects in the house. Carson's got a lot of connects in the house. Chris Kirkpatrick. We got a lot of things to look forward to, you guys. It's going to be really, really fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll come back very soon. We'll do a little pre-gaming and have a good time. I'll probably do a deeper dive into who knows who and maybe a little bit of a, looking into stuff, if you will. But yeah, I'm excited for Celebrity Big Brother, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Don't forget to comment after this video post. Let me know I would love to hear from you guys to know who you guys think from first impression is going to win the season. I know it's super early to say, but it's also kind of fun to look back and see if you were right. So put who you think is a first boot and who you think is going to take it all. Leave it in the comments. I will make sure I reply to everyone's comment, and you guys are amazing. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll be back tomorrow night with Married to Bravo with Nana, and we'll be talking the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Vanderpump Rules amazing reunion. Until then, take care of yourselves, you guys. And I got to make sure my Breakdown with Joleen light's on. All right, bye. If you like what